गणाधिपतये नमः महासरस्वत्यै नमः गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् मूर्तिद्वये परिकल्पितससभृतो भर्त्मा पुनर्जन्मनामात्मेत्यात्मविदां कृतसततां भर्तामरज्योतिषां लोकानां प्रलयोद्भवस्थितिविभुश्चानेकधा श्रुतो वाचन्न सततात्मा किरणस्त्रैलोक्यदीपो रविः. After paying obeisance to Gurujis and Varahamiracharya, we will continue the fifth and last demo class today, and coming week we are going to have a brief introduction classes about Varahamiracharya school of thought, and later on, that is from Dasara second day, that is Vidya or called Dvitiya, 18th October, we will be starting the core classes for 90 days, and after 90 days we expect all the group members who have joined in our classes will be able to start practicing and seeing the results of Varahamira school of thought. And in this regard, I would like all the members to send their applications, which is very important for our official work. And as soon as we get these applications, we will try to communicate accordingly the further details of our course and all in detail by our group members, admins Shivashankar Shastriji and Keshavamurthy ji. Now, coming yesterday, we are discussing about astronomical part, and we started at how the telescopes and all those things work, and they try to give the Voyagers and Mrigashira Nakshatra. I'd like to continue same thing a little bit more in saying that in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says that he is the Mrigashira Nakshatra. So, in that today is Mrigashira, therefore I'd like to give small idea about how many civilizations have given importance to such nakshatra in a different way. So today, as we see, this is the set of stars here we can see, and their pattern when being joined by lines to the dots may appear to be some shapes, and in our future classes we will be knowing them as Nabhasa Yogas or any pattern of skies and stars. So in that way, in older civilizations they have observed very keenly and given some names to all these patterns by joining the stars. By their intuition, maybe something which we don't know, but they have given to us, and it's our parampara to protect and preserve them. So these stars, when they join, they form the 12 signs like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, like this. And for that also we have other way of looking the same rashis, but in a different fashion, like constellations, like nakshatras. So in that way, if we see, we can have some constellation pattern called Orion belt, which is very important for many civilizations, which lies in the sign of Gemini, Mithuna Rashi, and it's very easy to observe in the night sky for anyone with the naked eyes. And if we start looking at the sky one way or other, one day or other, everyone will be looking them without knowingly or unknowingly. So if this is the way, these stars, how they look, and the form of some space or a star, sky hunter or warrior, many cultures are given as a hunter. And this Betelgeuse is a star recently of dimming down, and our observation may be due to that stars dimming down. This coronavirus could be the reason. That we will discuss in later classes. But this Betelgeuse recently, it is since last December, since when the COVID started, it has dimmed down, and it was later found that the dimming is due to not for its own bursting or explosion, but some dust surrounded the Betelgeuse star. So that dust is like forming a mask like that. We are maybe observing such type of polluted situation in our earth by wearing mask in COVID, and that we'll discuss later. Don't worry. But here Betelgeuse is one of the star, and here Orion Belt, which even Balgangadhar Tilak has given a beautiful book on Orion Belt, and we have here down another important star called Sirius, and Canis Major, which is called like in the Canaanites, that is in Jerusalem and Israel. Many people worship this as very important, and their culture or civilization is also called by the name of Canaanites or Canis Major. And here we have see this lepus or a rabbit type of, then this will be also very important in our Brihad Jataka, where in the first sloka Murtitve Parikalpita Seshabruto, that is the rabbit is the Sesha name, and it is also being held by Varahmira in many respects. We will come in those things in later classes, but you can see so many things here in this star constellation, which is very important for many civilizations, and so many thousands of years back they have observed, and they have given so many paintings on rocks in caves, and primitive man also observed very much deeply, and somehow we are connected to this star constellation. And this is after this Mrigashira, where because this is the star where lies in Gemini, therefore it is near to this. And I would like to give the importance of Mrigashira. Means the meaning of Mrigashira is Mruga is deer or any animal, antelope, and Sirsha means the head. So just generally it is like the eye, because Mruga Nayani, that is the deer eyes, the deer is famous for its eyes. So if we can say that Mruga Shirsha means the eye is very important rather than the animal. So the eye in the head or in the higher portion of human being is the very important one, which is regarded as not the two eyes, it's a third eye or Divya Chakshu. So Mrugashirsha is more or way we can interpret it as a Divya Chakshu or divine eye, and those divine eye is also held by many Egyptian civilizations as eye of Ra, like this. So these things, why they are civilizations are given importance, we can see here. This is the eye of Ra on the right side, and this is connected to our physiology, our brain, and we have the brain as given here. We can see the pineal gland, which is in the back side or back side of our, where the shikha will be there, and the front eye lobe, whatever optic nerve it comes in, we can have so many hypothalamus, and we can have this pituitary gland, and these things are very very important portion of entire human anatomy. Why? Because this portion where we are looking at is the pineal gland, which is very very important gland, and it secretes melatonin, and melatonin comes around Sayan Sandhya, that is after 6 or 7 o'clock evening, and the peak production goes to around 1:32 that is midnight. So after that peak production, that melatonin hormone is required for entire body functions, and it goes to all the organs like stomach, liver, and all other organs. The command, that is a program, day-to-day program, written as in the form of a melatonin hormone. So once this melatonin hormone is secreted, to maximize that production and its ability, one has to get up in the early morning so that the melatonin can be tapped, the energy of that melatonin can be tapped, so that if we don't get up, if we sleep like that way and we get up around 7 or 8 after sunrise, then the production of melatonin after sunrise gets zero. So it will never produce any melatonin after sunrise. So therefore the body functionality will function, no problem it. But the additional advantage of the the melatonin power, or what are the functionality for required for awakening the third eye, that is more important, because it's the right time for tapping that energy is not in the after sunrise but before sunrise. So that is being discovered or maybe realized by many our purvacharyas or maharshis, and they have laid stress importance on both these times, that is the peak hours, that is around 3 o'clock in the early hours, and that starts, and when we get up and do our day to day kaladina dinacharya, and we sit for any meditation which we call sandhya vandanam, and that in brahma muhurta, because brahma muhurta means 48 minutes, and before sunrise, the first 48 muhurta, that is first 48 minutes, is vishnu muhurta, and before the vishnu muhurta is brahma muhurta. Therefore it comes like 48 96 minutes before sunrise is the start of brahma muhurta actually. So 96 minutes means starting, I can say for example 6 o'clock is sunrise. So therefore 96 minutes means 1.5 hour before roughly. So 1.5 hour before means it will be coming around 4:30. So from 4:30 onwards, this melatonin secretion already which started at 3 o'clock will be utilized if we get up and do some yoga or any some energy awakening practice or exercises. Therefore the secretion of melatonin can be stayed within the brain and region, which requires for our thinking about higher subjects which we even cannot perceive them. So this is very important melatonin secretion, and that is being stressed by maharshis in by doing sandhya vandanam. I would like to say not only Brahmins, for everyone is actually the right to do sandhya vandanam by praying, by giving some water, by obeisance to the supreme, that is sun, and that sun is our pratyaksha devam. So when we do such activity day to day, we get a lot of difference, we can feel a lot of difference in our experiences day to day lives, how our mind will be tranquil and how we approach the problems, any problem, day to day problems with very easily. So this is how this importance of eye of the animal, that is human being's head contains eye. So therefore it's like a mrugashirsha, that is the idea of telling the importance of the highest part of the head is eye. So this eye is nothing but in the form of not only physical eye what we see here, but if we see in this cross sectional brain, it is appears to be like a eye. So that importance is being stated even in Egypt civilization, and we also say in the brahma muhurta sandhya vandana in morning, that is early hours, but evening also when the melatonin starts to production, we give sandhya, when we sit for sandhya vandana, that also will start the melatonin secretion and we can tap the energy there. Therefore these are the importance of Mrugashirsha, and this is the right for our knowing knowledge, because in astrology not only astronomical calculations and predicting, we require intuitive power to judge the right fact. We have to visualize all the possibilities and select the right event which is going to happen in future. So for that we require some third eye perception. So that third eye can be only obtained by these type of rituals or day-to-day practices, which are both not only religious, at the same time they are scientific also. So I'd like to all members to take this as a very important part of our day-to-day lives, and so that it will be easy for our astrological learning in future courses. So thanking you. Jai Radhe.